Hey everybody, it's Carrie Bernstein, Executive Director at Stand for Animals Veterinary Clinic, and I'm here today for another episode of our weekly webcast called Fix. And today I'm here with Hemingway. Say hi, Hemingway. And he is a polydactyl kitty, which means look at his paws, they look different than other kitties' paws. And he's here as my show and tell because we are going to talk today about declawing your cat. And we get calls pretty much every week, people asking us if we declaw, and the answer that we give, and we don't waver, is no. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about why we say no. So there were studies conducted from the 1980s to the 2000s that said that the number one reason that people tend to want to declaw their cat is to protect their furniture, which, I get that. And I have to say, I now have two cats, but I've had three, and one of my cats was a complete furniture destroyer. So I understand that world. It's not something that I don't understand. And the medical term for declawing is an onchiectomy, which basically means I think I pronounced that right. If I didn't, forgive me for anyone who knows the absolutely correct pronunciation. It is an amputation. And essentially what they do when they do a declaw, and if you think about your finger and your fingernail as sort of analogous to a cat and a cat paw, they basically amputate down to the third digital phalanx in a cat's paw, which means that they're not just removing. People sometimes think declawing means that they just pull the claws out. That's not what's going on. What's really going on is they're doing an amputation in the actual paw. So it's a lot more than what it may appear. And I think my kitty's about to jump off my lap, so bear with me. Turn his ear. So I'm going to hand him off to someone. So in addition to the fact that it is horrifically painful for your cat to have that kind of amputation done, there's also a number of side effects that are seen with cats that are declawed, which is they end up having back pain. They can be more aggressive. They tend to have a higher morbidity rate because they can be lame. And the other major thing they see with those kinds of cats is that they tend to be biters because they don't have what nature gave them to defend themselves. So they're trying to find another way, and one of the side effects is biting. And because this is considered an inhumane practice, it's been banned in 21 countries across the United States. And as a matter of fact, just last month in New York, it was banned. It's also illegal in Los Angeles and Denver and San Francisco. So it's not like we're standing out there as people saying this is an inhumane thing and you shouldn't do it and we're alone. We are standing behind these other communities that say this is not something that you want to do for your cat. And I actually have a rescued cat named Mel who's declawed. And he lived in our crawl space in our house for quite a while before we can kind of coax him out and get him to come inside. And he's declawed, and he has a number of behaviors that you can see that he still, and I'm sure he's been declawed for a while, he still is uncomfortable because you can see him flexing his paws all the time. He still likes to scratch things, but there's nothing there to scratch. And it's a hard thing for a cat. And what we'd like to do is show you, just so you get a real-time view of this, we'd like to show you a little diagram of what actually happens when they declaw. So give me a minute because I'm trying to get the technology to work. Hang on, don't give up on me. I got my trusty sidekick here trying to help me figure out where the thingamajig is. Hold on. There it is. There's one. So this is a picture. So now you can see what actually happens when they declaw your cat. So you can look at it and see that when they actually do the amputation, they do it much farther up than you probably thought when you kind of heard about this. So that's a little bit more information. And so as we understand that the reason that people do this is because they want to protect their furniture, we get it. So there are lots of things you can do to protect your furniture that doesn't mean that you have to declaw your cat. So one, you can get a scratching post, because the reason that your cat's scratching up your furniture is because they have that need, right? So if you get them a scratching post and direct them towards that, they'll scratch that instead of your furniture. There are also these things, I have every device and I find that all of it works, right? So I have these sticky things that have a sticky part on the front and the back, and you can stick it to the furniture and you can't see it. But if the cat tries to scratch the furniture, they kind of get their paws stuck a little bit, and it's kind of like a stay away kind of a thing. And they also make these great little things called soft paws. And they're these little tips that you can have. We do it here for people all the time. You can have us put the tips on the ends of their claws, and it protects your furniture because they've got this thing over the top. So there's lots of strategies, and if you need help, we're always more than happy to give you advice and counsel. But we do not believe in this. We, as Stand for Animals, we're taking a stand and saying, don't declaw your cat. We certainly aren't going to do it. And if you call us and ask us to recommend somebody, we're going to say no. It's not something we're comfortable doing. So thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, and tell your friends about us, because we'd like for more people to be watching. And Hemingway and I are both saying bye-bye, and we will see you next week.